What's up, boys and girls? Welcome back to another episode of Metro Exodus. We're on top of the bridge, and it's our job to lower it through the control booth. Okay, so we're just gonna have to sneak around. Fuck, I hate these, Where are the source of light? Where is the source of light? There? Gives me anxiety, this music that plays this little jingle every time I'm in a source of light. Just creeps me out. Okay, I'm just gonna take these guys out. Don't really want to kill them, because they are just, I don't know, they're just hanging here, not doing any harm. Unlike the bandits, they just shoot at me every time they
You see, Simon's back. Back? But he and Kriel vowed to eradicate all the demons. You don't just come back after that. Well, ask anyone. He got captured by heathen, a heretic. One of the new ones freed them. Old Simon just got cold feet, that's all. All the stories people tell not to go.
Okay, so this might be a way
He
to...
came back and made a huge fuss at the church and got his way too. Now we will be praying for that heretic instead of Simon. You got that? Oh, God. For a heretic? It would please God, though. That's Simon. What next? Then he just made the sign of the cross, kissed the altar, and went back to the demons. Yes. What about Kriel?
Okay, let's just sneak around.
He's the one who's going to be the prophet.
Sneak around them through here. So there's another way through there, but let's see if we can reach our destination through here. We need to get to the control booth so we can lower the bridge. Okay, there's a guy here, just on its own. Okay, so far so good. Let's see. Does this guy have anything else other than the gun? Guess not. Okay, let me just check this room here. Okay, there's a guy here as well, but not sure if I need to dispose of him just yet.
Shield us from the touch of evil and the breath of evil, and from its temptation, and save our souls the way you saved our lives, to serve your will and confirm your power here on earth again, just as you have confirmed it in heaven. And give us strength to triumph over Satan's minions.
Okay, so we are complete. Oh, there's a crank here. That must be the service lift or something. Let's use it. Alright, so we managed to sneak past everyone.
Are you almost down there?
Holy shit.
And the ground burned to ash, and the seas boiled, and people turned into fire. But our worship survived, for the faithful we died here. And the Lord in his mercy and wisdom has chosen one among them who goes by the name of Philanthropy. And so seeketh the Lord, I will be with you, and will keep you safe, provided you are true in your devotion, provided you reject satanic technology. We reject! And even more so, do you reject Satan's deception? That thing they call electric current. The cursed gift the enemy gave to the fools, so that they would fancy themselves above reproach, above God, and more powerful than him. Amen, my children. For the electric current is Satan's temptation and his poison. Only those who reject electricity will be allowed into the kingdom of God. Only those who remain unsullied by its corruption will be let through by the service.
Just listening to his sermon here.
The ones who attack our cloister, even with their iron steeds standing before us, thinking of machine oil and shining its heretical light upon us.
There's lots of people talking as well. I'm not sure where the priest is at. Can't really see him. Seems to be far off. Oh. Ooh, there's another guy right there. Oh, he nearly had me though. But there's still a lot more people down there, but I don't think we need to go.
Body and soul. For one can cleanse himself of gunpowder, but electricity puts an eternal brand upon the sinners. So let us.
Alright, I think this is the control room. We're about to go in. Let's just check. Alright, let's do this.
Look, old man, we're just passing through. Let us through peacefully. Our guys won't shoot, or this place is going bye-bye. And Katya, you don't have to worry about her anymore. Understood? Deceiving Katya. You must pray to the Lord for forgiveness, not for murdering my children, the children of God, who will burn in hell until the end of days.
Oh, here we go. The bridge is being lowered.
Sound the alarm! Heretics! Judge them! The Germans! Damn, I'm feeling it!
Oh no, Juke!
Aurora! Full steam ahead! You got me! Artyom, get away! I'll take it from here!
Oh, I managed to get through without killing anyone. Holy shit. Oh, Duke. Oh, he got left behind then. Shit. Yeah, we were bound to lose some people, but damn, I didn't think it would be this soon. Shit.
We left Volga behind. The endless expanses of Russia stretch before us now. Regretfully, Duke was not destined to see them. Was his death a fault of mine? Was everything that happened on the bridge? It could be. It's a cruel world that we live in, and it's not our responsibility to fix it. We only wanted to pass through, and it was not my fault they screamed for blood. Their zealousness reminded me of the metro, where people are indoctrinated into a lie. That the world is dead and there's nowhere to go. Anyone who questions it gets fed a different lie, that the war is still going on. Here it's electricity is a sin. Same difference, really.
I wonder if we hadn't killed all those fanatics at the beginning of the Let's Play in the church.
Artyom, wake up, dear.
Is he up yet? Artyom, the Colonel wants you on the breach. See you later.
Come on, wake up.
Yeah, I wonder if we hadn't killed all those fanatics.
I'm so
God
sorry
damn
about
it.
Duke. He was just a boy, really. He kept asking me for advice on how to become more attractive to a girl he knew, what to say to her. He couldn't wait to come back to her, proudly wearing scars and medals. Stay here for a bit, Artyom.
Yeah, sure. What was I saying? If we hadn't killed those fanatics in the church, maybe he would have been saved? I'm not sure.
Uncle Artyom, Uncle Tokarev has already set his shop up.
Okay, I'll be there in a second.
Wanna go look?
Alyosha keeps telling everyone Duke could have jumped off the bridge in time. The others are also holding well, but I just unraveled. Of course, I had friends die before. He wasn't looking for death, Duke. He did volunteer for the most dangerous missions, but didn't expect to die. He was looking up to Stepan. Dad, you. Especially you. And he didn't die for nothing, did he? He wanted us to get there, to Yamantau. He wanted us to tell them about Moscow, how we survived there and still haven't given up, how we've been hiding it for so long. But when I think of it being you, and not even knowing for sure, I'd never be able to live through it. So, you think I should just let it all out? I don't think that would make me feel better. I've been thinking, back home, we buried our friends at home, and avenged them at home. That home and life there sucked. We were kept there with chains. No, even worse, with lies. And now we are looking for a new home. But here, it's someone else's home, and we are not invited. Right. I've got to get myself under control. Go. Dad wanted to see you.
It's alright, I understand where she's coming from. But at the same time, Duke might still be alive. I mean, we don't know for sure. He might be saved by the fanatics, who knows. So let's see what's if there's anything new here in the diary. So okay, this is the same entries. The crew. Yeah, we've read through this. Oh, we have some new ones though, Katya and Nastya. Let's read these. I can't really imagine what Katya and Nastya have been through, and how they managed to keep their sanity, much less remain as optimistic as they are. A little girl and a tethered woman proved to be tougher than fate, taking all the blows it could throw at them squarely, and those blows were many in might. They had arrived at Volga with a group of migrants who were out on a quest for a better life. That quest ended with them finding a new faith, and their death along with it. Of course, Silantius didn't kill anyone himself. He didn't even order anyone killed. Still, his holy ritual, where an initiate must dispose of an electric anomaly to be accepted into the fold. How is it different from a murder in cold blood? Wait, what's an electric anomaly? If it's just an appliance, I mean, that's completely different from murder, no? It's no wonder that the colonel let Stepan and Hanna coax him into letting Katya and Nastya aboard the Aurora, even though there there must be numerous dangers awaiting for us. Still, I would argue that these ladies are tougher than some battle-hardened troopers. Besides, Katya is a trained nurse, and we'll most probably need all the medical expertise we can get. And then Crest, an avid storyteller, a talented mechanic, and a natural-born adventurer, would travel all across the vast expanses of this threatening world of the surface, so alien to us, would been through hundreds of scuffles and struck thousands of deals, quite a few of which could well be of the less scrupulous sort. I don't know if Crest will be journeying with us for long, but I am not surprised he had such an easy time fitting in. Right from the start, he gave us the hand with fixing the Aurora, gave us the rail card he'd been using in his adventures, and then went with us on a mission to capture the tugboat, giving Duke and me the cover we needed to infiltrate the bridge. It's no wonder that even our unusual cautious colonel had no second thoughts about welcoming Crest into the crew. Oh, he might be a spy though. Sorry, let me just check. So we had the bandits as well. With no state and its laws, with no pockets of civilization, which the new civic society could crystallize around, with no hope of ever going back to normal life. Should one be surprised with the rise of anarchy and its consequences, bandits constructing their rudimentary societies around the basest aspects of the human nature? Even in the tunnels of Moscow Metro, where every meter has been divided between the quasi-states attempting to uphold some semblance of order of their turf, the gangs flourish. What could one expect from the world of the surface, where there is simply nobody and nothing to stand up to them? On the banks of the Volga, there seems to be a great many of bandit gangs. They have somehow agreed on the division of spheres of influence and are more or less happily coexisting, robbing the few remaining or newly founded in the less populated regions, peaceful survival settlements, and selling their denizens as slaves on the markets of the south. Yeah, it's no surprise there are bandits, to be fair. And then the fanatics, the worship of a giant mutant catfish, intense hatred towards the technology and outsiders, coupled with intense suppression of all individuality and independent thought within the community. What else could one reasonably expect from a mix of a primitive mysticism with classic religion, seeped with good old founder's cult of personality? I must give the fanatics their dues, though by banding together they managed to survive in this wild world, settling a bridge and turning it into a veritable fortress, which we had no choice but to take it seriously. Their best fighters, the lightning fighters, can fight back against the electric anomalies, and even gangs of bandits compensating for their lack in training by strong motivation rooted in their fanaticism. Alright, so those are the factions of the surface. We have a few new creatures, the Unimals, like mutants. Men, I guess. They live resembling apes, they live in packs. We have the starfish, generally a giant mutant catfish terrorizing the fishermen, would seem to be a dubious object of worship at best. Vasilati still managed to indoctrinate the locals he'd brainwashed into believing the monster was sent to Earth with a divine mission. Yeah, I'm not sure how he did that. And you have shrimp. Female shrimps. A mysterious aquatic life form, seemingly crustacean, of course. You can't be sure these days. As far as I know, nobody ever thought of properly researching them and finding them a proper place in classification. What we know is that they have strong carapaces and aggressively predators, and as such inherently dangerous. The females of the species tend to attack in packs, spitting corrosive mucus from the distance, or when they think they can easily finish their prey, going in for a kill with their disgusting leech-like mouths. And we have the male shrimp, same thing. They have shields for arms, okay. We have dogs, and we have lurkers, those mole rats kind of thing. But while lurkers are far from being the strongest or meanest mutants around, either in the metro or on the surface, they are still a danger to be considered, especially for a lonely wanderer. They are a colonial burrowing species. As such, they protect themselves from the larger predators by constructing lots of interconnected burrows in close proximity to each other and hiding in them if sufficiently threatened, while keeping the surroundings under constant observation in search for dangers of potential prey. Okay. Some new equipment, but we pretty much know everything about there is to know about these. We have the knife shots. So we had the Buster before, there's a revolver as well. The car, the Shambler. I mean, we haven't found many of these weapons, but I guess they're here. Alright, I'm off to see what the general wants. I'm not sure where he's been hiding. Oh, hold on, there's a new note here. Also, there is a lot of there was a lot of, so we missed 4 entries in the Volga. Oh well. So I have Spring, Nastia's letter. Dear Daddy, I write this so you know where to look for Mommy and me when you come back. Because Mommy and I wanted to stay, but Silantius says we must go to the tower and leave this car, and I don't want to. I wanted to wait for you in the car, bub. Mommy said I can't. And Silantius said you won't come. We won't come back because you failed the test of faith. He's a stupid liar because you never needed any test as their faith is dumb. And remember, you said so. Mommy said nothing, but I know she is waiting for you too. So please come back soon and take us away from these fools. I love you very much, Nastia. So this is one of the letters she written to her daddy. I like that they sort of personalized their own.
Artyom, come on in and have a seat. Stepan's putting on a live performance here.
Their own cubicles.
So, Artyom, are you up for a jam?
Yeah, why not?
Come on, pick the guitar up.
Long time ago, in a town called Kickapoo, there lived a humble family, religious through and through. That's quite nice, chill song.
Thank you, Stepan.
Do you guys want to talk?
I'm sorry to ask, Katya, but Nastya's father, he's dead, isn't he? Does Nastya know?
He is. I tried keeping it a secret. Told her he left for the market. Around 3 days passed, and I still kept it in. I just sat there with a needle in my hand and didn't see anything. It was all black before my eyes. And then she snuggles up to me and says, "You should cry, Ma. You will feel better." Sadie used to say it. So I cried and cried. She knows. She knows it all.
I'm sorry, Katya. I'm so sorry.
Let me tell you how we ended up at the bridge. We used to live in northeast from here. Quite close if you go in a straight line. But it took us a month. Everything's bombed to rubble out there. Yermak asked me and I told him. Sini used to say there were lots of military factories out there. Not just military, of course. General industry. And now you can't pass through there even with filters. The radiation is so high. No railway either, just crater upon crater. We were quite far, but our counter still went crazy. One route appeared intact. There was nothing to bomb. So we used that one, thinking we'd get further to the west, but But of course they did not let us cross the bridge with the diesel. They said it was satanic. They were ready to let us stay if we gave them the diesel to cleanse it. So we stayed. And then we couldn't leave, even if we wanted. That old goat, Father Silentius, brainwashed everyone, so they would just pray and bow non-stop. They broke our diesel down with their bare hands and threw it into the river. Purification. And on top of it, they gave us trouble for not helping them. Senia went to check what was going on, and there were only locals there, because Silentius and the Skatina had sent our people away to test them. He said that if they wanted to be truly accepted, they had to defeat a demon. Senia went to stop them. But it was too late. He only found burnt rags. And then they sent him to do the same. He never came back.
Katja, I'm sorry. I didn't know.
Well, you really didn't. What's done is done. It kind of got so glum in here.
Yeah.
Perhaps you, Stepan, could play us something.
Sure thing!
First step, and we keep on playing. On playing the lady. You're playing your charm cards.
Well, guys, the Duke's memory.
Artyom, the colonel's waiting for you on the bridge.
Mood. It is Duke we are talking about. Do you recall how he came back from the library? Same thing here.
Well, yeah, that time he pulled a fast one on us. We had the drinks ready. Sam said everything. Was a good speech, too.
Thanks.
Well, that is truth. Don't be shy. So, Sam ends his speech, and then Duke asks, "Where's my drink?"
So that is why I say we should wait. He came back from that library. And this is nothing. We will pick him up on our way back.
If we leave to go back.
Oh, come on!
Well, I just think we should still drink to Duke's memory. And if he's alive, that's only a good omen. Sam, what do you say?
I'll drink later. Gotta finish cooking.
Okay. Let's drink!
All right, let's. That's rough.
Yeah. Kinda rough.
Moonshine.
By the way, speaking of omens, let's have a service for him once we come across another church.
Bill didn't believe, and having met Silentius, I'm also wavering.
Well, Silentius' god is definitely a lost cause. But I imagine Duke would like Valhalla. A paradise where fallen heroes spend eternity feasting and fighting. A good fit for all of the people we lost.
Yes, this is worth having another drink for. To our guys having fun in Valhalla!
I don't have any more drink.
Hey guys, there's something I've been thinking about. What does everyone expect of this trip? Duke used to say that he just couldn't spread his wings back home. He was too eager to win that girl over with heroics. He thought that outside he'd have space for that.
And why did you come?
Well, my heart is aching for true romance. But in the metro, all women want a solid relationship, a reliable husband, a real provider. Enough of that smug smile. It's unbearable. Not that I've had much better luck here so far. As soon as Katya came aboard, Stepan started cooing around her like a peacock.
You should be happy. Katya's a tough girl. You'd be under her thumb in no time.
That is unlikely. I'm not the kind of man to upstage his friend in a contest for a lady. Especially when that friend promises to break my arm.
They're a good bunch. Vodka is too strong, yeah?
Look of luck soon enough. There in Yamantau, women from all over the country have already gathered, waiting for yours truly.
This guy, I like him.
How about you, Demir? What made you go?
Well, at first I just went along with you guys, the colonel. But even then I thought, this is my chance to make my dream come true. A chance to see Kazakhstan, my people. But first, we must come back to Moscow, because it isn't fair. People must know that they've put up with enough. They are free. They can live outside now. What do you think about that, idiot?
I'm with you, Damir. Yet, freedom is not so simple. There was this freedom fighter, Che Guevara. He died under 40. Comrade Mao, whose book you've been perusing on the other hand, was a strict ruler but lived a long life.
Well, we should have expected that from you. Weird thing, though, is that you are called idiot.
I know. It's by his own choice. Because he's so fond of Chekhov.
Chekhov too, of course. But it's Dostoevsky for the most part, Sam, my friend.
Sure, I read the book too. It's just that I mix them up a lot. Chekhov wrote about that son of Austerlitz, a wounded officer. Powerful imagery.
You are just killing me. How about you, Uncle Sam? Got dreams?
You know, I just want to ride my board again. Spark a joint up on a beach. Catch that wave. Deep inside, under a grizzled metro dweller, there's still a relaxed Californian inside me.
Ah, get out of here.
So you know, before Dad talked me into joining the Corps, I used to wear my hair long. He told me they'd make a decent citizen out of the total disappointment that I was, and sent me to college once I was discharged. I joined, and they sent me to the Middle East.
Wow, so do you hope your guys would pick you up? I don't see them around.
Yeah, I don't hold my breath for my guys. Once this mission's over, I'll submit my discharge papers. I'll reach the ocean, and there, find a ship maybe?
Oh yeah, just imagine it. You arrive on that ship, and they go like... Ah, the Russians are coming! You are one of us now. You don't really need to go anywhere.
At least don't put your Ushanka on. They will sink you on sight.
I won't, though I will take my balalaika with me.
What's that balalaika?
Who has any expectations for our reception at Yamantau?
I'm not expecting them to be good, to be
Well,
fair.
your expectations, Alyosha, are quite obvious, huh? Scantily clad junior officer ladies unrolling the red carpet.
Yeah, I'm a simple guy. How about you guys?
Well, I hope they will answer a few questions. For example, if there is not a single American within hundreds of miles from Moscow, save for our friend Samuel here, why stay underground?
I'd put it a bit differently. Did you, dearest High Command gentlemen, know that we in Moscow had to spend 20 years underground?
Oh, by all means, you can ask those while I'm enjoying my briefing with the junior officer ladies, huh?
Very good questions.
I don't know. I'm in the mood for a road trip.
Oh, we got ourselves a true traveler here.
Yeah, we will have to live and see.
You are right.
I can't wait to reach Yamato and ask these people what the fuck is going on. And what ideas for governments do they have?
Hi, Artyom. See my new place? Fit for a king, I must
Hey, it's
say.
not bad, yeah?
What do you think of this workbench, eh? Everything is within reach, yet there's so much space left. Most of the stuff you and the guys found outside and gave to me went into making this workshop happen. So thank you. We'll have to keep pitching in like this too. Looks like we're facing a long journey, and useful things like ammo or equipment don't grow on trees.
That's very true.
The further from Moscow we get, the harder they'll probably be to get. So don't forget to collect all the materials you find to keep us going. There's so many things to do. I haven't decided where I'm going to work on the suits, but I'll have to, and soon. And it's high time we fixed our uniforms. Some of our people are starting to look pretty ragged, you know? Duke's plate carrier didn't hold the back plate anymore. And he just kept joking about it. What was I? Well, I'll be working here from now on. Well, that's it. I bragged enough and won't waste any more of your time. The Colonel summoned you. Well, I have stuff to do too. You guys are fast to break gear, but none too expedient to fix it.
We'll be meeting him in a second.
Uncle Talkative.
What would you like to ask, Nastya?
Just make some bullets here and some
Uncle
equipment.
Talkative, do you have a sewing machine?
No, I don't.
But how are you going to fix the suits then?
Well, like everyone else, I take a thread and a needle, and I use a sail stitch.
Okay. Also, just remembered we never got to that
I sure can.
that place that needed the gas, so we could get through the door. Oh man, so we missed out on some loot, I guess.
Smoke break. That's good.
Yeah, why not?
Oh, this is one mean smoke. Damn, this is rough. Well, nothing we couldn't take.
Maybe we should stop smoking, dude.
Well, you are the right kind of guys. You, the Colonel, Duke, that guy did a swell job on that bridge. He was a great guy. May he rest in peace, yeah. So, yeah, what did I want to say? Yes. Thank you. You people accepted me, and I'm a simple guy. I will pay the debt back, okay?
I think you already paid the debt.
So, how do you like it out here after the tunnels? Freedom, huh?
It's pretty
Sure
nice.
thing. So much space. It feels too empty to me, though. Just reeds and ruins and those damn mutants. Hate them. Phew.
Alright.
No, you guys are gonna see the government. So, Bratucha, don't be mad, but just tell me, what the hell do you even need them for?
The country needs to get back on
Of
its
course,
feet.
it might be interesting to take a look, but throughout all of my rambling, I only met two kinds of ex-government people. Dead ones and gang leaders. And let me tell you, the latter are much worse than your typical bandit. They just have to make a speech before doing something awful. So what I mean, I didn't really care about the government even before the war, much less now, when everything's long since gone to shit. So what for, really? I'm a simple man, Artyomich. I told I'm with you, that means I'm with you for the long haul. But I'd much rather find a nice place to live at than go see the government. Of course, they could give us luxury bunkers or something.
I mean, they can offer some
Well,
sort of...
Artyom, you seem cold. Go get warmed up a bit, I'll smoke some more. There's stuff to think about. Or just stay. We have enough space now.
I'll leave you to your thoughts. As I was saying, we do need the government for some sort of organization. I mean, otherwise it's just every man for himself, or
Sam is so strict, you know.
Hurrah! And Uncle Sam isn't strict at all. He's kind.
All right, look here. I'll show you once.
oh, she is showing you how to. So, yeah.
I see.
As I was saying, otherwise it's just groups of people for themselves. I mean, and you'd get bandits and fanatics and some
Here's one of my favorites.
things like this. So I think we do need the government, though, if we want to get this beautiful country back on its feet. You can't organize millions of people without the government. It's just impossible. Hi, idiot.
Well, hello, my brother-in-arms. Need a warm-up, huh?
I'm good. You can do the shuffling. Let's see what the colonel wants.
Listen, I had a talk with the Ark. All thanks to Booker. He got the decoder working. Ark, come in. Come in, Ark. Over.
This is Ark. Identify yourself. Over.
This is Colonel Sviatoslav Mylnikov speaking. I'm in command of a special operations force. We have received your signal and are currently heading your way. Do you copy? Over.
Yes. Hear you loud and clear.
Who am I talking to? How do I address you?
The Deputy Chief of Communications Department, Major Ivanov. A moment.
Oh, yes, Major. I understand that the checkup is in order.
Great, Colonel. Melnikov? Simply capable. I am sorry for the lack of trust, but as you know, the situation is dire and the enemy is always ready to strike.
I do understand, Major, and I hope that you can tell the leadership that my people are true to their duty and will be at their full disposal as soon as we arrive. Over.
Thank you for the great news. How large is your force, Colonel?
I have a squad of the best operatives the special forces have to offer.
A squad? I see. Well, this is great. Great!
Yes, we aren't a large force, but we bring a message of extreme importance. We are heading towards you from Sector K6 Alpha. Do you have any data on enemy forces we might encounter on the way? Over.
Just a moment, I have to check. K6. Alpha, you say... as far as I can see, there have been no enemy encounters reported in the area, Colonel. I regret. I must end our conversation here, but know that we are waiting for your arrival. I am making my report immediately, and I am sure the Minister of Defense will be eager to see you.
That sounded a bit shady.
Great honor. Thank you. Just a few words more, though. What is the general situation there, Major? Please.
Colonel, sir, you do understand this is classified information. But I do understand you. We are doing fine. Do not worry. Well, see you in the Ark. Over and out.
Something's off.
Over and out.
Something is off about this conversation.
Do you get this now, you doubting Thomas? I'm so excited my hands are still shaking. The minister himself. This is incredible. By the way, Artyom, you should take a look at the map.
Okay.
As you can see, we're heading almost straight for the Yamantau complex. Katya and Chris tell me that the line there is in decent condition. Surprising, really, taking into account the number of priority targets there. So we can hope for smooth sailing from here, and right to the very destination. It's not even that far, but our speed depends on the state of the track. So
So I think it's going to take us quite some time to get there. So, Yermak, where were we?
You were saying, it's all about the results.
Ah, yes. These soft-bellied attitudes must stop. The ends do justify the means.
Well, I don't object. But not all ends can be called just.
Exactly. And this is why I have been waiting for a chance like this for ages. And now everything seems to be coming together. It's the government. Don't you understand?
Oh, but of course.
You don't seem to quite grasp the importance, which is unexpected, especially after the news you just heard.
Yes. Say there is a government. So what? We spent so many years apart, so why worry now?
But don't you see? They probably knew nothing about us. With the sheer power of enemy strikes directed at Moscow, they never expected so many of us to survive. And now we get to tell them Moscow still lives. And not only that, it also preserved a functioning civilization. Do you get that? All these years we were fighting a losing battle for mere survival. And now we have a new goal.
And what would that goal be?
You don't get this, do you? The command center should have all of the command and control networks, all the intelligence. They should know where all the nukes hit, have complete fallout maps. They have everything. Information rules the world. And Metro is chock full of people. Put 2 and 2 together, we could repopulate the country. And of course not at once. First, we might have to take the country back. But we'll be doing this under the direction of a real government. People with all the necessary skills. And in the end, we will break out of the underground dead end we are in.
It would be nice, sure. By the way, I meant to ask for some time now. How did you learn about the Yonder Tower bunker, Colonel?
Oh, the information about the ARC project I have is beyond doubt. I'm saying this as a GRU officer. I had colleagues working there, preparing evacuation plans. So I've been briefed into it officially.
So, now we just have to get there. And we will. We will. The journey won't be easy, though.
We were never looking for an easy way.
Yes. I've been thinking about that for a long time. The Central Industrial District, a priority target. Katya did confirm my suspicions. The tracks might have survived partially, but the state they're in now is most likely terrible. I think we'll have to fix sections of the track.
I think our people can handle it. Besides, I'm sure there will be sidetracks.
What do you think could have happened in the relatively intact territories in the meantime?
That's a good question. Well, we are going to learn it pretty soon.
Yes. Yes, that we will.
Alright, seems they're out of conversation. Right, we're gonna take a quick short break here, and we're gonna come back in the next episode and find out if we reach Yamantau or just in case we don't, like what other obstacles are going to present themselves in our way. Also, the story with the government and Yamantau, it's still, there's something off to me about it. But hey, I guess we'll find out on the next episode. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you all on the next one. Bye bye!